Is Web3 Inu a scam? Let's dive right in. The Web3 Inu team is excited to announce the introduction of its rent-to-earn gaming concept that allows interactions on and off the blockchain. Here's a breakdown. You can be an owner of a piece of property or an NFT. As an owner, you have the right to set the variables of the contract. You can rent this piece of property to someone. You have definitive upgrades. You can buy infrastructure upgrades for the business. As well, you can receive tokens for holding the NFT, and you can receive more tokens if you rent it to someone. Then there's the renter. Off-chain players, which just means people that are not on the blockchain, will be able to rent businesses from players that are on-chain through smart contracts, which are just NFTs. This person can upgrade and drive the business during the contract duration set by the owner of the piece of property. They have to make repairs on this piece of property in order to maintain the contract, as well can make service upgrades until their contract ends. The three contract variables are time duration, initial payment, and earnings percentages. With these interactions, both sides, on and off blockchain, are constantly yielding incomes for both parties. And remember, this income is the native governance token, Web3 token, that you can currently trade on PancakeSwap right now. What happens on the blockchain in this metaverse will affect what happens off the blockchain and vice versa. So this token, which is a cryptocurrency that you can buy via PancakeSwap right now, will go up and down based on what happens in the metaverse, as well as what happens outside of the metaverse. Owners of the NFT or on-chain players will want to put their business up for rent, expanding and upgrading their NFTs, while on the other hand, off-chain players, people that don't own the NFT, will be able to get better deals on contracts through these exchanges. So when you rent a piece of property from a player that owns the NFT or piece of property, you essentially lose nothing other than the potential of having the contract and earning more token. If you own the piece of property or NFT, there's a potential that you could lose out on potential tokens. This is the kind of game where the market rules the game, and the person who's able to make the best deals will be on top. And real quick, guys, if you're rocking with the content, please hit that like button down below. You know it helps the boy out. The CEO of Web3 Inu, Hans M, gave this speech on Twitter yesterday.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hans, and I'm the CEO at Web3 Inu. I have a strong background in corporate management, compliance, contract management, sales, and marketing. So those are the skills that I bring to the team. Most importantly, I'll be focused for the next little while on meeting all of the compliance and regulatory requirements for listing on the exchange and other items as well. And secondly, making sure that our game development stays on schedule and on track as we've promised. I'm delighted to be here. I'm working for you. Bye for now.
Okay, so when I was researching this project, initially it sounded really exciting to me. The idea of a monopoly in the metaverse makes sense. And it's a way that you can get people involved that don't want to stick their foot completely in the water. They just want to dip their toes in. But after diving deep into this project, I found some red flags. The first red flag is the team behind the project. The CEO of Web3 Inu, Hans M, which you just saw in that video, doesn't have a last name on his LinkedIn profile. And it was really hard to find anything about him. His profile just shows that he's an entrepreneur, a technologist, and an educator. He has been the CEO of Web3 Inu for 1 month. His prior work history was as an educational publishing consultant in Thailand for 7 years. And before that, he was the business development manager for Knowledge Transmission Limited in Thailand, which is an educational tech company that creates products for learning English as a foreign language. He did that for 1 year. Hans has no experience as a CEO on his LinkedIn profile, and after scouring the internet, I could find nothing else really about him. Everything that I found was the information that I just told you. I tried to find every single person on the team that was listed on their site. I was unable to find a single person. Let's just take a look at some of the profile pictures of these team members, okay? So the Solidity Chief, Oliver, and Will, the Metaverse Asset Advisor. What are you guys, like rejected applicants for the Jersey Shore? What kind of pictures are these? Did you just take a selfie of your face, Will, and then post it as your team member photo? Why are you looking at the camera like that in black and white? And why do you have those sunglasses on, Oliver? Like, let's talk about it. I don't understand. And Hans, your picture looks like someone brought a camera and a suit to a jail visitation and took that picture. There's nothing on Google search for anyone named Toga Hime as a PR director. The Sam Wright on this list is nowhere to be found. I found a full stack developer named Sam Wright, but he doesn't look like this. And like, I don't want to put up the picture of the guy that I found because he might not want to have anything to do with this conversation. Just want to be fair there. Is the 2D designer Reese 14 years old? Like, why do you have a mask on in your team section photo? And you would think that if you're a company promoting to be one of the biggest metaverses on the planet, you would have team members that had professional looking photos, LinkedIn profiles, or at least could be found for their occupation on the internet somewhere. I watched John, the lead programmer. Couldn't find him anywhere on the internet, but sick mustache, my guy. You deserve all beautiful things in this life just because of that mustache. I have nothing mean to say about you. And their art leader, Indra, put a shirt on, my guy. This is your team photo for your company, not your Tinder profile, bruh. You can tell you're flexing the traps, dog. Stop flexing the traps for your team photo for the business you're a part of. They're not even super granite marble countertop traps. And where's the last name? There's no last name for Indra, just Indra. And to be honest, great name. Love the name Indra, a lot actually. Wish you had a last name so I could do a little more research on if this company is credible, but Indra, great name. Oh, and the only linked attachment to a team member was Hans, the CEO, where he has only liked one post in the last 5 years. Y'all, when I found their Twitter page, it says that they have 40,000 followers. When I clicked on the list, it said that no one was following them. It took me a couple times to refresh the page. Finally, it let me see who followed the Web3 Inu Twitter page. And no joke, the first 200 accounts on the follower list were bot pages. One of the accounts who promoted the Web3 Inu page had 468,000 followers on Twitter. Their engagement percentage was super off. I'll blur out their face and their name and you can see the details right here. So they promote themselves as a crypto influencer with 468,000 Twitter followers. They have a DM for promo in their bio, which is always cringy. As well, not a single person that I follow follows this person. You can go to my Twitter, ultralight_TV, and see that the people that I follow are real people in the space, venture capital people, artists, influencers, people with blue checks, and none of them follow these people. So anyway, this crypto influencer with 468,000 followers got retweeted by the Web3 Inu Twitter page. It looks like a really fake promotional tweet that maybe they got paid for. They almost seem like a bot to me. All of their followers are bots. So as far as marketing campaign goes in phase 1 of the roadmap, not buying it. So I think my blood pressure can only take one more red flag, but we'll dive into it. They put on their official Web3 Inu site that they're backed by Alpha Crypto Capital. Alpha Crypto Capital has 289 followers on Twitter, and the majority of those are bots. This VC is based out of Puerto Rico and run by a guy named Brian Shevlin. Brian Shevlin seems to only exist on the internet as the CEO of Bluestone Capital based out of Pennsylvania. I did find the Alpha Crypto Capital page on Open Corporates. Here it is, I'll throw it up. It looks like he registered Alpha Global Enterprises on April 15th, which is also my birthday, which is way cooler than this. There's a couple other crazy facts. I'm pretty sure Abraham Lincoln was shot on my birthday. I'm pretty sure the Titanic sank on my birthday. Growing up as a young Jewish man, I got a lot of jokes because April 15th is also tax day, so that wasn't traumatic. But the crazy thing is that on the project section of the Alpha Crypto Capital website, Web3 Inu doesn't show up anywhere. So that's weird. So that wraps it up for the red flags, but those are pretty serious red flags to me as far as a project goes. Be careful no matter what you're investing in. As this Web3 metaverse NFT world is unfolding, there's gonna be projects that look and sound really cool and they do a great job at building marketing strategies behind them, but you gotta dive deep and make sure that there's credibility behind the project. And this coin could make you some money, but it could also make you lose a bunch of money. And my spidey senses are tingling. Tingling? What the Come on, dog. Anyways, my spidey senses are tingling. So is it a scam? Maybe. God, again, I just hate that they call it Web3. Like, you had to pick a name that everyone's using right now and that completely confuses people who are not in this space as to what Web3 is, because let's say that this does blow up, right? Then when people like me who are trying to tell the story behind this innovation that is the real Web3, I'm gonna have to clarify that it's not this metaverse, that these people named after a meme coin, and yeah, I really think that them naming this token, metaverse, and company Web3 Inu is extremely indicative and on the nose because they are describing themselves similar to Dogecoin, which is a meme coin, and there's a lot of trolling behind that. As we all know, Doge or the dog or whatever you wanna call it is memed everywhere. And so ultimately, if this is a troll, I called it and I'm excited that I called it. If it's not, I'm wrong. And I'll admit that I'm wrong. And I'll apologize to no shirt dope name Indra and dude with the super sick mustache Iris and that kid that I called 14 that might not be 14, and I'll have FOMO. But I don't think I'm wrong. So that's a wrap for this episode of Ultralight. My name is Wes Sherwin. Go give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at ultralight.tv and Twitter ultralight_TV. We're dropping episodes every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. If you guys have stuck around this long, please subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys have figured out by now that I'm not going anywhere, that I'm building this and growing and adapting and pivoting as I need to, because running my own content business has always been my dream. You can look at my personal Instagram and Twitter page at Wes Sherwin and see years of making content and trying to make this thing happen. And finally, I feel like I have the avenue and the niche that I'm comfortable and gonna be successful in. So what are your thoughts? Is Web3 Inu a scam, or am I just a hater? Drop a comment down below and let's get the conversation started. Hold it down, be safe, and we'll see you tomorrow.